All right, welcome back, everybody. In this one, we're going to go over the NBA for December 4th. Boston versus Indiana. We're still in that tournament, that in-season tournament for the NBA. New Orleans versus Sacramento as well. Just 2 games today. We're going to go over this real quick. Boston is favored at, currently is minus 200, negative 200, positive 170. Now it's 175 for the Pacers. And New Orleans plus 145, which is now 150, and minus 165, which is now I believe it's up to 180 right now. Let me make sure. Okay, so it's still 170, 175, 175 average. Okay, so we're up to that right now, and we're gonna decode this real quick. We're gonna use expected value (EV), I like to call it. Show you where the money is going and how much bettors would lose or gain per bet they would place. And yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go over this real quick. All right, Boston versus Indiana. You see the opening odds are there. We break that down with reduction. It's called reduction. Separate the integers and add them together. For example, 1 plus 96 would equal 97, and the next one, 1 plus 19 plus 6 would equal 25, and that's how we get these values. But yeah, that's what we use to decode. But we're not going to do too much gematria today. Boston can get we're going to start here. Boston can get their 16th win on 16-date numerology. 12 plus 4 is 16. And we're going to calculate EV. But first in order to calculate EV, we're going to calculate the win percentages for each team. And as you can see, the win percentage for the Celtics being favored at minus 200 is, or minus 195, depending on the sports book you go with, is 67% on average. Pacers win percentage on average is 37% as plus 170, positive 170 underdogs. And we need that to calculate EV, expected value. So the expected value for the Celtics is minus $4. Expected value is the amount you would win or lose per bet, over and over and over again, repeatedly. And that is why you would calculate this to determine you need the win percentage, you need the expected value, then you need to know where the money is going to make the expected value relevant. And that's why we have that on the screen here so far. This is as of early Monday morning, and we're going to go over this real quick. Celtics expected value is $4. Pacers expected value is $2.80, minus 280. This is how much you would lose or win, whether it's positive or negative, and both of these are negative, which is usually you're going to get more negative than positive, like 98% negative to 2% positive per bet, which is why you always look out for the positive. But as you notice, the win percentages add up to more than 100. And at 67 plus 37, that equals more than 100, equals 104. And that extra percentage is the vig or the juice, which is called which is what the sports books use to make their money. That's how they make their profit. That's basically the fee you use when placing a bet. So that's why you get the over the 100% betting percentage total. And yeah, as you can see on the screen, expected value for the Celtics is $4, minus $4. Pacers is negative 280. And you calculate the positive, which is, you would do the negative and positive differently, the favorite versus the underdog differently. So with the negative, you would calculate that as the line divided by, in parentheses, the line plus 100. The line divided by, in parentheses, the line plus 100, close parentheses. As far as the positive value, the underdog, it would be 100 divided by, parentheses, the line plus 100, close parentheses. 100 divided by, parentheses, the line plus 100, close parentheses. So you would do the denominator first, obviously, calculate that first above the numerator. And that's how you would get expected value. This is what deep handicappers use to gain an advantage. But of course, it's only relevant if you know where the money is going. As you can see here, the spread, Boston dominating, Boston favored at 5 points. Boston favored at 5 points, as you can see right here. And they are receiving currently 86%, according to Score and Odds, 86% of the bets, which is what they're favored right now across the betting and the money. 86% on each so far. This is as of early Monday morning. Of course, it's going to change throughout the day. Stay posted on that. Money line, 86% going to Boston. Bets, percentage of money, 66% going to Boston. Total percentage of bets, 87% on the over. Over the total is at 241.5 currently. And the over on the money is 81%. And the picks will be filled out on my Patreon. All right. You got to do a little bit of gematria. Gematria sets up the games. Betting odds determine outcomes. Remember that. All right. New Orleans, Sacramento, same thing. New Orleans can win their 12th game on 12-date numerology. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 equals 12. And we're going to calculate the win percentages. You would calculate that by using the formula I just stated. The win percentage of the Pelicans win is 41%. Kings is 62%. Pelicans expected value is $2. Kings expected value is $3.64. Pelicans expected value is $2. Minus $2. Negative $2. Pelicans are the underdogs. Kings are the favorites. So they have a lower negative value. All right. Percentage of bets. 40% going to on the spread. 40% going to New Orleans. Spread is at Sacramento, favored at 4 points. 60% going to the Kings. Percentage of money, 56% going to the spread. Percentage of money, spread, 44% going to Sacramento. Money lines, Kings, 81%. Money, 79%. Total is at 235 currently. Over is getting 71. Under getting 29. The percentage of money is the opposite. Over getting 24. Under is getting 76. So people putting heavy money on the over, but not betting heavily. It is currently. Of course, the sharps go in late. Keep that in mind. Always pay attention to the line movements. For example, this could increase to, let's say for the first game, Boston, Indiana. This could increase to, let's say Boston's, let's say it increases to 210, minus 210, negative 210, favored at 210. Indiana, let's say positive, let's say they stay about the same, plus 180. 210 minus 210 to plus 180, positive 180. If Boston continues to receive more of the money and their line continues to increase, they are trying to sway you to go to the Pacers. More than likely, Boston will win the game and they will make more profit. But they're trying to sway you to going here. Pay attention to that until game time, until you place your bet. If Indiana goes up, increases 175, and let's say they remain the same or decrease to 190, 185. They increase or stay the same. Let's say positive 175, positive 180. They're trying to sway you into betting for the Pacers still and place more money on Boston, and they can raise that line at the last minute. Pay attention to that. So also pay attention to the spreads. The spreads determine the money lines more than you think. The cost is currently even at 110. It'll change throughout the day. Probably increase to 113, 115, depending on. They're trying to sway you to go to a different direction, especially if they show you early. If they increase the price to 115, they're trying to sway you to go the other direction. If you go the other direction, you're being duped more times than not, depending upon where the public money is going. You have to know where the money is going. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. We will be doing more NBA as well, getting into college football playoff postseason. Now that we're getting down to the nitty gritty, it's time to decode that. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. We will be doing tomorrow, Tuesday, as well for the NBA. This is the in-season tournament currently. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care.